Welcome to the Political Matrix News. Politics, people, local, regional, national news. Political Matrix News keeps you informed. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the political matrix.
Okay, we're back now, and I think we're going to be talking about the Matt Gaetz issue here, and we have a continually flogging of Matt Gaetz that we like to do every now and then. But we are actually living in his district, or I used to, and these other two gentlemen do live in his district. We have Jonathan Cole here with us, and Scott Miller. Scott Miller is in Pensacola, which is the heart of the district, and Jonathan Cole is over in Navarre. And so we've all worked with and been a part of the Matt Gaetz political life from his birth all the way to now. And so, right now, I think
political birth.
I think his political birth. That's true.
Yeah.
He was born in Hollywood, Florida, and so that has nothing to do with the Panhandle whatsoever. And so I think it's very interesting here. I don't know what all he's going through now with the possible investigation and him also being quiet. He's doing media buys earlier than usual. I mean, do you think he's worried about his political career at all? Or do you think he's just going to take this fundraising train on a very long ride?
Well, I've wanted, like I said, a second Republican representative now has come out on the national media and didn't even say alleged, said he slept with 70-year-olds, but he also brought up drug-crazed parties along with it. So, it's becoming kind of a common theme, and we know that his biggest concern is that committee investigation. And we know they interviewed
House Ethics,
they interviewed a lot of the key players a while back, including who was at the time 17-year-old, who I heard rendered a very consistent narrative to the same one she did 2 years ago. So,
Matt has never denied being at parties or his drug abuse or his alcohol abuse. He's never denied
it. But like I said, it's you got Republicans that are stating it as fact, like it happened.
Well, yeah, and he sees it as fact as well.
So now I'm wondering if what happens now. Like I said, he was very quiet during this Ukrainian issue, and usually he's team leader for Freedom Caucus. But also now that
I don't think
so.
Now that Mike Johnson's empowered, where does this investigation go?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you that loudest mouth does not equal leader. All right, so right. He's just the one who's most skilled at publicizing these things and converting them into dollars.
Yeah, there's a lot of members of the Freedom Caucus who are very good, worthy members of Congress, who are very conservative, and they're doing it for the right reason, not for fundraising reasons or for other political gain. They're doing it because they morally feel that way. Daniel Webster is a good example of that down there in Orlando, and Jim Jordan as well. And so you have some very good conservative leaders in the Freedom Caucus. So whenever we say things about the Freedom Caucus, we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. There's some very good leaders there, but Matt is very good at demagoguery. That's what he's good at. Demagoguery.
Exactly. And regardless of how you feel about their positions on these issues, it's hard to deny that there are people with heartfelt belief in their positions. So whether or not you agree with them or not, some of the people actually deeply believe what they're advocating for. It's just Matt's not one of them.
But that's how it always works. Is you find that group and you use them.
Yeah, Matt has used them greatly, and he has manipulated them greatly. And
manipulated. He leveraged their branding is all.
Well, he has leveraged his brand. He's also, in my opinion, he's probably manipulated his friendship with Jim Jordan and quite a few of the others that he was really, maybe not, because I wasn't there. So I have no idea really what exactly he has or has not done. But I do know that.
I don't know if he still has a friendship with Jim Jordan, because Jim Jordan's the one that kick-started this investigation again.
The reality is, as far as the drug-crazed parties, Matt said himself, you're not electing a monk.
No, that's not the issue. I just brought up that
underage
Gonzalez elaborated. The issue is still, did you sleep with a 17-year-old?
Yeah, that's what he denies. He doesn't deny sleeping with 18-year-olds. He doesn't deny any of that. He denies the 17-year-old.
He
But
doesn't
he
deny
denies.
sleeping with this girl. He just doesn't. He just says that she was 18 when he did.
Exactly. In fact, he admits to sleeping
according
with
to
her girl.
those fake IDs, yeah.
And,
Well,
and he
yeah.
thought she
Well,
was
she got
18.
ID. Of course, she must have been 18, right?
Yeah, well,
My friend manufactured them.
yeah.
But I mean,
The entire ring that he is in, him and the crowd that he is in, the former
well,
Congressman Anthony Sabatini was part of that crowd as well. There are other lobbyists and there are other congressmen and state reps and state
there's
senators
Democrats
at the
involved in
time.
that too. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, Nikki
Birds of a
Fried
feather.
was
yep,
involved with it,
yep.
and so I
Um,
mean,
but there is one consistent: is this investigation is of extreme concern to Matt Gaetz because he's obsessed about it. He made it. That's why. That's why McCarthy said what he said. He said this is all
yeah,
about this investigation. You know,
Well,
I wouldn't squash it. So
well,
well,
my
I'm out.
there's
question is,
there's
if they got rid of Matt Gaetz because of this, would he lose his retirement? Would he lose his pension? That
yeah,
because
If he was
right
convicted,
now he's
yeah.
vested to where he can get his salary the rest of his life if they kick him out.
well,
But if they kick him
not
out,
about kicking him out as if he gets convicted.
yeah, how does
There's
that
two ways
affect
this
that?
can go. They can kick him out. Well, I mean, if it went the worst, they could kick him out, leave it there, or they can kick him out and defer charges to the Attorney General, the
He's
DOJ.
not going to do anything.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Attorney General,
exactly. He's
Yeah,
already
that-
got this info.
yeah, Merrick
that
Garland
turned out.
is not going
So
to do
yeah,
anything. I mean, he
but
hasn't done anything with Hunter Biden. He hasn't done anything against Republicans, and just to be vitriolic and big
that's what I'm
Democrat.
saying.
He's
He's the
done
most
nothing.
do
He's
nothing.
useless.
He's the most do nothing Attorney General ever.
I mean, the DOJ had everything on Matt Gaetz. They had Joe Greenberg. They cut a deal with him. I mean, they took 20 years off his sentence.
Well, they also
And
left Orange and Osceola counties dry too because they were wanting to move forward, but
right,
it was in tandem with the DOJ, and then they pulled the rug out from under it. Like I said, easy meat. Merrick Garland is known for only pursuing a case. He's 99% sure he can win it, and you know, there are no cases you can't lose. You know,
right.
prosecutors in LA were sure they had OJ convicted. Didn't happen. There's a lot of other examples, you know.
Leave OJ alone.
So, but I mean, if that's going to be your modus operandi, you're worthless in that office.
This shit got
The rumor mill is if Biden wins, he's out. So,
well,
but
here's a big
going
deal.
back to Matt, it's still of extreme concern to him.
I mean, I got
Well, I
new
mean,
polls today
it's
saying,
consequential, and the only reason he hasn't cared about it lately is because he never believed that it was going to actually, see the light of day. And now he's apparently
right.
upset enough people that were protecting him to where now it is moving forward. You can
Well,
only
now you
burn so
have
many
a
bridges.
Well, now you have DeSantis' wife running for governor as well, possibly.
Yeah.
And so DeSantis was a guy who was covering for Matt all the time in Florida, and now he might be running against his wife for governor.
But a lot of that was because he was implicated too.
I mean, the whole idea here, though, is that if DeSantis, and Gates are now running against each other in a state where they're protecting each other because they're bros and everything else, and they're
It's happened before. George Wallace had his wife Lurleen run and win in 64, 66.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is DeSantis. Yeah, Mrs. Sands is ahead of the polls right now. She's ahead of the last FAU poll.
Of course, that's still 2 years away. But the thing is it would be, yeah. So, but I mean, the thing is you can't call this a witch hunt because
oh no,
these are Republicans that are ramrodding this investigation.
Yeah, this is not a witch hunt at all.
Yeah.
No,
so,
the difference between this and Trump things is that we're not going to later find out that the entire thing was made up.
Right. Well, all the Trump stuff, basically all the illegalities are more or less, semantical illegalities, just the way they reword it to make it sound illegal. Trump's not breaking any laws. He's not doing anything. wrong to be criminally prosecuted for anything. I mean, he's he's not the nicest guy in the world. He's a asshole every now and then. But he's a good president, and he might not kiss the ass of the Democratic Party or the left, but he is what he is. I mean, Trump is Trump, and nobody should ever be surprised by that from when he came down the escalator to now. But it's gonna be interesting to see if Matt Gaetz gets away the same way, and he gets the same luck or not with the draw. But this is gonna wrap it up here for our segment here this week, and thank you so much for staying tuned to the Political Matrix broadcast. And you guys have a good evening. Bye bye.